Hi, this is Marius Tools, and today we will look at some advanced round functionality. The first thing that we look at will be a variable round. So if I select on the edge and start my round tool, I can create a round, and if I move my mouse over the drag handles, right click on them, it will give me the option to add a second radius. This will now allow me to control them individually, and I can keep on adding sessions to my round. If I move my cursor to the drag handles, I can select on them and position them at a specific intersection or on a specific location along the curve. I can add as many points as I want, and I can then go and change the size on the individual items to create required geometry. For the next component, we will create a round along the edge, and because we've got a tangent chain, the round will go all the way along the curve. If you want to stop the round at a set location, that can easily be done. If we go to the dashboard and to pieces, we can select any section and drag that back to the point where we want to stop the round. So let's say we go up to that point, and if I complete the feature, my rounds will stop at those locations. For the next component, we will create a round that's controlled by a sketch or by existing geometry. So first thing that we need is a sketch, and we will create a sketch on a plane, and to keep it simple, I will create a spline on that surface. If we now create a round on the edge, I can right click on the screen and select the through curve option and pick on my sketch, and that will link the round to my sketch. So if I complete that and go back to my sketch and change the sketch, that will then allow me to make sure the round will update with my sketch or any changes made to my sketch. If I go back and hide my sketch and create another round in the inside corner, I can also link that to the actual edge of the previous feature, so it doesn't have to be a sketch. So if I select that, it will now link those two rounds together, and if I go back to my sketch and change that, it will update both of those rounds directly from that sketch. In the next model, I will create a round on the edge at the intersection between those two circular sections, and what you will see, it will create a round that doesn't look as good. So one of the options that I can do is change that to a quarter round, which will create a constant width round, so the actual radius size will change. So I could do something like that. If I'm not happy with that, I can use the more advanced option, where I can go and remove a material piece of geometry from the model and replace that with another piece of geometry. So to start that off, I will create an extrude and cut away a section of the component. So from this intersection, I will go and create an elliptical shape. So that's the area that will cut away, and to make sure we've got a nice smooth section at the top, I'll go and sketch a section to close that off, and then we can go and remove the entities that we do not want. Okay, so there we've got a nice closed off sketch, and if we exit that, we can remove material, and we want to do that both sides. So do that through the entire model, and for the second side we'll do the same. And what we can do now is use some surfacing techniques. So if we select the top edge and shift, select the other side to select the entire loop, then control to select, start a new selection, and shift to loop that section as well, we can now go to the constraints and define the curvature. So we want to use surface curvature and select the surfaces. It should be curvature 2, so it will be those two surfaces. And for the other side, we want to do the same. So we'll select those surfaces. That's now created a nice smooth surface. And what we can do is go and convert that to a solid. And that will then replace the material. And now we've created a nice smooth surface. Thank you for watching the session, and please come back for future sessions. Thank you.